I experience him a presence in my world. I just know, yeah, there, it's right here, right next to me. Or he's the next person I will meet. He can go anywhere and anywhere. Now, for me to talk to him, for that I use my imagination. And I imagine a conversation. People say, well, that's your imagination. But I can tell you, he has a way of getting into my imagination. And it's the same thing as if I was talking with him. Now, so then I say, Maharaj-ji, what do you think about Shiva? And then he'll tell me. Next question.
Okay, we're going to take another one from our online audience. What kind of life lesson do you see for a person whose father tried numerous times to kill him or her? I know that you see us all as having picked the perfect people with which to populate our life script, but what do you think the lessons are to be learned from such a parent?
The father is suffering. And I think if the child, it gets you very, very aware of death, which is an interesting way to live life. You can live life with awareness of death. That would be a positive thing. That and then the negative things are you have to look out for your father. And keeps you centered on this physical space. So you can see it either way. And your karma in past lives you have done something very horrendous for a father like that. Maybe you killed somebody. Maybe you killed your child. And this now more you can relive the karma. Yeah. Next question.
Okay, we'll do another one from our online audience. 30 years later, Maharaj-ji is now with me always. I regard Hanuman with a sense of warm curiosity, but as clearly outside of me. How can I welcome Hanuman into my heart consciousness?
Well, now, first, I think that you have to see Maharaj-ji as Hanuman, because he worshipped Hanuman, and that worship led to an identification with Hanuman. And many people, many of his devotees, have seen Hanuman in Maharaj-ji, usually astrally. And one storyteller was by Maharaj-ji, and he asked Maharaj-ji what part of the Ramayana he should recite. Maharaj-ji said, the portion where I meet Ravana's brother. Now the fact that he used I, even though the story was Hanuman. Now, Hanuman, is compassion, is service, is tremendous love of God, love of Ram, He's powerful. The power he has comes from his love of God. And if you take these things and feeling you have all those things in your heart, he's already in there. Just maybe not the monkey. His heart is your heart. Next question.
It's Raghu. It reminds me, I don't have a question, but I'm going to add to what you just said, because it reminds me, when we were in India and first meeting Maharaj-ji, your second time, Maharaj-ji used to have us read together Sundarkam, that one chapter where Ram is in the forest and Sita gets abducted, as you know, and Ram enlists Hanuman to find her, and he does find her in the Ashok Grove in Sri Lanka, and he lights the city on fire and then comes back and tells Ram what happened and how he found her. And so we were told at that time that whenever Sundarkand was read to Maharaj-ji, and it got to that place where Ram was told all of Hanuman's exploits about finding Sita and being reunited, Jiva and Jivatman. And Ram said to Hanuman, "No one has ever done this kind of thing for me before, no one, except you. You ask me for any boon, I will give you anything for what you have done." And Hanuman fell at Ram's feet weeping, saying, save me from the tentacles of egoism. And that every time that was read, Maharaj-ji used to weep. And we heard this thing, and that was the essence of what he was transmitting to us, was that to get to the place of complete selflessness. Save me from the tentacles of egoism.
Yeah. Raghu, that's very fun. Very fun. I remember that. Though there are so many stories about what Ram and Hanuman talked about. One of them is some Ramakrishna. Ram said, "What kind of a monkey are you?" And Hanuman said, when I don't know who I am, I serve you. When I know who I am you. Wow, that's a good one. That's a good one. And then there's Ram sitting on a rock, and he invites Hanuman up next to him on the rock. And now he wants to stay here on the grass because he wants to worship Ram. That's the worship of bhakti. Yeah. I remember that Raghu reminded us when he said, "Save me from the tentacles of ego." Boy, oh boy, wouldn't you like to be that? I would next year, you all be saved from the tentacles of egoism. Yeah. Then you'll realize Hanuman in your heart. I think it's now time for us to wind up. But maybe there would be a music. Next question.
If you could lead us in meditation, and then we'll have some chanting afterwards. Thank you.
Okay. Sit up so your spine is nice and straight. Close your eyes. I don't do this in a car. Close your eyes. Now you have to concentrate on a single object. So we'll start with the breath. You can breathe either at the nose, in and out, or the chest going up and down. Concentrate only on the breath. Now, breathing out, love to all the world. And breathing in, energy. Now that energy turns into love. The loving ocean that you are in. Breathe in love, unconditional love. And breathe out love. Breathe in and out of your nose. But as you breathe out, you'll feel your heart goes out to the world. It goes out to the suffering in the world. Now, the suffering in the world is energy, and still you are going to convert it into love. Breathing out, breathing in. Breathing in love. Breathing out love. You have an ocean of love. You're floating in. And your heart converts the suffering to love. Everybody's suffering. You're suffering too. Convert it. Convert it. Then you will see the world as loving. Now float, float in the ocean of love. And pray that everybody can float in the ocean of love. Amen.